Hello and welcome back. In this series, I want to go through the entire Elyos campaign. I will not only explain the campaign quests and their meaning for the world of Atreia, but also tell you about all the important characters and their personal story. We will also include special places of interest that you always wondered about. And lastly, I will explain all the dungeons, their backstory, the reason we go and kill everything there, and how we follow up on our tasks after the dungeon. So lean back, relax, and let's start. On our last quest with the contaminated swamp, we learned about a poison that has been named Meslamtaeda's blood. And that is not the only mention of Meslamtaeda in Verteron. We got much more. But first, let me explain who Meslamtaeda is. Meslamtaeda is one of the Dragon Lords of the Balaur, ranked as number 2 right behind Phrygian himself. Meslamtaeda is known as the Dragon Lord of Wind and Rage, but also as the Master of Death and Fear. He is fascinated by battle and destruction, and has such a hot temper that even Phrygian has a hard time controlling him. And he possesses such strength that even among the Dragon Lords, only Phrygian is not afraid to offend him. As for the reason why I show you this crappy picture of him, it is because we have no more information about him. Even though he is known for his hot temper and rage, he seems to be actually quite good in staying hidden. Aeon has been out for almost 15 years now, and in all those years we still know basically nothing about Meslamtaeda. However, we have a few mentions of Meslamtaeda in Verteron, and I want to go over 2 of them today. So let's go to the first story, the Sumian Ruins. Remember in the last video there was a waterfall and a stone statue we came across on our way to the swamp? Yes, these are the Sumian Ruins. Zumion was the first and most glorious Atreian temple. Verdant gardens, smooth pristine walls, crystal blue waters. Zumion was most sacred ground. All of Atreia made pilgrimage to bask in Sumion's beauty and Aeon's glory. Though the Balaur ruled the world, humans worshipped Aeon alone and developed their own religion and culture. Sumion's beauty and the priest's faith gave humans hope through centuries of oppression. Over time, the Balaur desired more power, Aeon's power, and questioned the tower's absolute might. The shrines devoted to Aeon were anathema to them, so the Balaur lords set out to desecrate every temple in Atreia. One by one, the Balaur systematically demolished the shrines in Atreia, sending terrified people fleeing before them to Zumion. With all other shrines in ashes, Meslamtaeda finally reached Zumion. But shattering its buildings was no longer enough to quench the Dragon Lord's rage and hatred of Aeon. Humans huddled inside the temple, beseeching Aeon to intervene. Instead, they heard Meslamtaeda's dreadful voice roar a curse. Zumion, silence forever. As the words echoed back, every quavering follower and priest turned to stone. The shrine sank into the water. What had once been the pinnacle of Aeon's glory became in moments the zenith of the Balaur's jealousy. The collapse of Zumion reverberated among the remaining humans. Horrified, they did not dare to rebuild the shrine. With simply 3 words, Meslamtaeda was capable of turning every person in this big temple into stone and sinking the entire temple underwater. And the last thing I want to add on the topic of the Sumian Ruins, there is a quest with a stone statue which gives you this little cutscene.
Thank you, young Deva, for making me whole again. I am Niobus, priest of the Zumion Shrine. It has been 1,000 years since Meslamtaeda cursed me to spend eternity as a statue. And in those years, my shrine has been reduced to dust and broken stone. But where you see ruins, my eyes see the glory that was, and I am still its priest. Thank you, Deva of Destiny. My blessing grant you strength and courage.
Now let's move on to the second topic, the Altar of the Crimson Dragon. Along our journey through Verteron, we came across the Altar of the Crimson Dragon in the southern Talbas forest. We learned small hints about it from the campaign quests, but there is more to be told. The storybook Studies on Balao Ruins covers many chapters about the altar. I will spare you the entire book and give you a quick summary. This altar in the southern Talbas forest was dedicated to the dragon lord Meslamtaeda. The Turzin Kral worshipped Meslamtaeda as their lord of death and fear. Due to human advances after the Millennium War, the Kral had to leave the altar behind and now reside in the Turzin garrison. A statue of Meslamtaeda was present on the altar, but it couldn't be found anymore. Many people that are interested in the lore have tried to find hints or anything in order to find the statue of the Dragon Lord we know almost nothing about, but nobody managed to find it. In the end, this altar proves the close relationship of Kral and Balao. It is also one of the very few infos we have on the Dragon Lord Meslamtaeda, which makes it even more interesting. Lastly, there is also the suspicious box spawning right in the middle of the altar. But honestly, it is worthless. It takes forever to destroy it, because you only do 1 damage, and then there is like only 1000 Kina and green weapons in there. Simply said, don't waste your time on it. Now we got 2 important lore places in Verteron covered. Yet there is more waiting for us before we can move on with the campaign quests. In the next video we will cover our very first dungeon, Haramel. Haramel, its entire storyline and its purpose. So I hope to see you next time as well, and wish you a wonderful day. Bye!